London woman, Beverley Trendall. Police found her body in her flat about a month after her death. She'd been stabbed. Beverley's diary and some of her personal letters were missing. Exactly when she died is not certain. What is known is that from Halloween onwards, October the 31st last year, Beverley wasn't seen again. Why she died is a mystery too, unless you can remember something which could lead police to her killer. Beverley's mother, Betty, agreed to appear in our reconstruction in the hope that something might jog your memory.
You just feel so cold inside, you know, it's such a dreadful thing to happen, and not knowing what's happened or who's done it. And this is the awful thing about it, I think. She didn't flit about with a lot of people and get involved in different things. You know, you just can't understand why.
Beverley Trendall lived in a council flat on this estate in Northolt, West London. When she moved here 4 years ago, she'd been very pleased to get a place of her own.
Beverley's flat was very compact the way she'd worked it out. Everything was worked out to a definite degree, you know, so that she had everything just where she wanted it and there was nothing sort of out of place, really. She had this large book, like an exercise book. I think she would have put in it the things that happened, particularly from day to day, that, or something new had occurred, she would put it in there, that sort of thing. She was very precise, and she did enjoy her privacy very much. This is the reason that she never told people to casually drop in. She was like a different person in Spain. I don't know, as soon as she got there, she seemed to change completely. The sun, she loved the sun, and she loved to be sort of casually dressed and sort of just wander around.
¿Cómo está usted?
¿Cómo está usted?
She definitely would have liked to settle in Spain, and I think really this was it. She wanted to get her Spanish to perfection. So, of course, she decided she would take these lessons.
Buenas tardes, señorita.
Buenas tardes, señorita.
The weekly lessons took place at her Spanish teacher's house. She had booked one for 6 o'clock on Wednesday, October the 31st, Halloween. She didn't arrive. Her movements throughout that week are a mystery.
You like to repeat them straight after me.
Police do know that on the Monday, she started a part-time job for a cleaning company.
It's your first day here as well, is it?
Yes, it is.
Oh, I'm still half asleep. It's that bleeding early. It's the worst thing about this job.
I'm trying to get an evening job. Mind you, the traffic's not bad this time in the morning.
Oh, you've got a car then?
Yeah, it's old, but it goes.
I won't mind an evening job.
I'm going for an interview at Hillingdon Hospital on Thursday. I think there might be something going at Heathrow.
Mind you, evenings. I wouldn't like to think I was losing my evenings.
No, well, there is that about.
The Byron pub is just round the corner from Beverley's flat. She was also seen there that week. The barmaid was Vivian Starsmere.
2 halves of lager, pineapple and orange, please.
She remembers taking that order from a man in his 30s who was having a drink with Beverley and 2 other people. None of her companions that night have been seen since.
Pubs were a place of often meeting somebody or just going to dropping in with somebody, but they weren't somewhere that she went sort of all the time or even, say, once a week.
Isn't he lovely? You can always see his beard gut in photos. He says it's the way he's sitting.
Well, he looks all right to me. I'll bring some of mine in tomorrow, if you like. Who's that, then? Well, I got quite a few of my bloke in Spain, Pepe, because I haven't been over there since May. Actually, I've got a new boyfriend. Going out tonight for a drink, as a matter of fact.
What's he like, then?
Well, I haven't known him only a few weeks, but he's older than me.
What, about 40?
Yeah. He's not bad looking. He's got a really nice personality.
Has he now? And I suppose he's taking you out in his big flash motor tonight, is he?
No, I'll take mine.
Enjoy yourself.
Yeah. See you tomorrow.
See ya.
But Janet Swan didn't see Beverley again. In fact, she was possibly the last person Beverley spoke to. We know she went home that Wednesday after work. She always used to park her car so that she could see it from her flat. It could have been that afternoon. Certainly it was one day around then that a neighbour remembers seeing something that surprised her. A rare visitor in Beverley's flat. Early that evening, children toured the estate, playing Halloween games. But at Beverley's door, there was no answer.
I feel now at this stage, if something can be done, I owe it to her for her sake, and also for maybe somebody else. Who knows?
Well, Detective Inspector Roger Parsons has been in charge of this investigation for the past year, and still no clue, for example, as to who those people in the pub were.
No, we've carried out extensive inquiries on these people, and they haven't yet come forward, and they could be very important witnesses, and I do ask them, if they see this programme or people know them, ask them to come and contact us at Southall Police Station.
Could we have your description of them?
There was two men, aged about 30 years. We have not a lot more description. They were just about 5'8" average, but with them was the coloured girl. She's a half-caste, but very attractive with an Afro-style hair, and I feel sure she would have stood out in the Byron public house.
What about the man who was seen waving at Beverley's flat window? Any leads on him?
Again, we have no leads, and this is a very important clue, because Beverley kept her flat to herself, and to allow a man into the flat would mean that she knew him well. And again, I ask him to come forward if he sees the picture of himself, or if people know him, to notify us, please.
And no description of him at all?
Again, about 35 years, grey hair, swept back, and as I say, quite attractive. That's
and
all
the
we have.
diary, is that a very important clue, the diary and the personal letters that went missing?
This diary is very important. It went missing. It's never been found. This is a mock-up, but Beverley kept every item that she did during a day in this book, and without a doubt, if we found this, it could well solve this crime.
Now, there's also some mystery surrounding Beverley's car. Her white Volkswagen was being driven down Yedding Lane, Northolt, very near where she lived, seen the day after it's thought that she died. And it wasn't parked in its usual position in the car park when her body was actually found. So how much significance do you attach to that?
I attach a lot of significance to it, because as you can see from where the car's parked, Beverley couldn't see it. And one thing she always did, she parked the car opposite her kitchen window so she could see it, because it was her pride and joy. And she can't be seen from that window from her flat.
Can you think of any reason why she should have been killed?
None at all. I've been on the case for a year. I feel I know Beverley like a sister. She was a nice girl. She had very few friends, but those friends, they liked her, and there is no reason why this has occurred. And I ask people to come forward and help us on this inquiry.
Yes, we need the people in the pub, and we need the car, and we need the man in the flat. If you can help, give us a ring on 01 811 8055, or ring police direct at Southall Police Station. The number there is 01 900 8147 or 8148. That's 01 900 8147 or 8148.